There's always something new at McDonald's, and what's new right now is the new Mighty Wings. Spicy and savory, as well as tender and juicy home-style chicken wings. And McDonald's is introducing new McWraps, including the sweet and chili chicken McWrap with creamy garlic sauce, or the chicken and ranch McWrap, cheddar jack cheese and tomatoes, and the bold flavor chicken and bacon McWrap. Always keeping the menu fresh. Check out the McWraps and the Mighty Wings right now at McDonald's in Stillwater, Perkins, and Perry. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Let me tell you some of the reasons people get into trouble with credit cards. A job loss or salary cut, an unexpected expense. Consolidated Credit helped over 5 million people just like you. We can reduce your interest rates, cut your monthly payments, and help you get out of debt fast. The time to call Consolidated Credit is now. When debt is the problem, we are the solution.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Call 1-800-435-7915. Call now.
If you want to get lean and ripped,
I feel unbelievable.
Sexy and toned,
This is the greatest gift you can give yourself.
then get ready to order the #1 extreme fitness program in America, P90X. Fitness legend Tony Horton will have you shredding fat, sculpting your core, and defining your entire body by constantly introducing new moves so your body is always challenged.
And with challenge comes change.
Over 4 million people have experienced the body-changing power of P90X and paid over $120. But call now and Tony will send you the complete 12-DVD P90X system to try risk-free for 30 days for only $14.95. Order now and even the shipping and handling is free. Act right now and also get Tony's Ab Ripper X system free. If you're not 100% satisfied, simply return P90X for a full refund. Don't wait. Get P90X right now for only $14.95.
Call 1-800-905-1720. Call now.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed by a child who never got polio because a vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. You can help Rotary end polio now. Learn how you can help at rotary.org/endpolio. Rotary, humanity in motion.
Good morning. Welcome to the morning edition. I'm Cristy Morrison. This is Kevin Clark.
Good morning again.
Good morning to you. We rarely get to do the show together, and 2 Fridays in a row.
How about that? You're here on my Fridays.
I know. Isn't that cool?
It is.
I know. I said Casey.
I can be sitting here with Casey.
I know. Yeah. Poor Seth, who is the producer here, does actually everything, but really talk, I guess. He talks, but I said, he goes, not on camera. He goes, what chair are you going to sit in? I go, oh, I'd freak out if I wasn't in this chair. So, you know.
I'm ambidextrous. I can sit in either chair.
Yes, you are. You remember that one day I came in and you're sitting here, I'm like, oh, Kevin, do you mind? I don't think I can do that chair. But it's good to see you as always.
Well, it's great.
And I know that you have your blue on for the Pioneers football game tonight.
Tonight is senior night.
Oh, good. That means it's the last home game?
The last home game, we're playing Enid.
Okay. Oh, we have some folks in Enid here that are in town for Leadership Oklahoma.
How about that? Maybe they'll stay for the game. Maybe they'll stay for the game.
Well, they will be here till tomorrow about noon, so we'll see what happens. I'm not sure we need him at the game. Don might scare us. Everybody over here is going.
Well, he can sit on the visitor side.
There you go. Oh, that's true. Good point. Very, very, very good point. Well, like I said, Leadership Oklahoma's in town. We have 51 members of the current class, which is class 27. They got in yesterday. There were some optional tours around the community. We had a big reception at Mexico Joe's last night. There was an optional costume contest, and I was very pleasantly surprised by the number of folks that dressed up. And some of them just went all out. In fact, one of them happens to be in the room right now. So
Fryer.
Yes, Fryer Tuck. It was hilarious. But we had some great costumes. Some that were really clever. Very clever. So
wow, we have clever people in Leadership Oklahoma.
Extremely.
Wow,
extremely.
That's great.
Very clever, yes. Well, you want to look at the weather so we have as much time as possible to talk to these folks? Okay.
The less camera time I have, the better.
Yeah, I have a face made for radio. There we go. There's the moon.
That's the moon.
That is.
Sort of. Not
yeah,
real
I think it's a
focused,
little
but
blurry maybe.
yeah.
It's currently, you know, the cool weather freaks out the camera. It's currently clear, 42 degrees outside. Wind's extremely normal at the moment. Coming out of the north, so it's going to make it feel a little bit cooler. Humidity is much less than yesterday, thank goodness. It's going to be sunny and absolutely beautiful day today, a high of 70. Perfect. This is my perfect kind of weather. Winds are going to pick up just a little bit, but that's okay. We can handle that. Whoa!
Great football weather.
What was the moon? Yes,
for tonight.
It is. Or it's great hanging out at Joe's weather for the Leadership Oklahoma people.
There you go.
In fact, I bet a lot of them who've been here don't know that they have a new outside upstairs deck, and I believe that's where we're going to be, so that'll be a lot of fun. They have some heaters set up, and yeah, they have heaters. It'll be good.
Okay.
All right. We're going to thank our friends at Exchange Bank for bringing us the weather today, and is also a sponsor of Leadership Oklahoma.
Perfect.
So we'll see Chuck Hall here a little bit later. We're going to go to commercial break, come back. They're going to arm wrestle as to who gets to go first. We'll be back right after this.
Spinach, carrots, greens. That's what I said, carrots. And those keep you healthy and strong. And Spanish. I said spinach. I said Spanish. Spanish? Uh-huh. No, that's not. Spanish is como estas. That's nothing you eat. Kuna Matata. That's not Spanish. We're doing business here.
She took 10 minutes to get back in shape. He took 10 minutes to transform. What do you want to accomplish in 10 minutes? Introducing 10-Minute Trainer, the latest breakthrough from fitness legend Tony Horton.
Give me 10 minutes. I'll give you the body you want.
With 10-Minute Trainer, you get a full workout, upper body, lower body, abs, even cardio in every move, all in just 10 minutes.
You get an intense workout in just the 10 minutes. That's just a short amount of your day to transform your life.
There are no excuses. It's 10 minutes. Who doesn't have 10 minutes?
Over 1 million people have ordered 10-Minute Trainer and paid over $100. Call right now and you can try 10-Minute Trainer for only $10. That's 10-Minute Trainer for $10. And even the shipping and handling is free. Order now and you also receive 3 special gifts, a $60 value free. And if you're not 100% satisfied, return it and pay nothing more. But keep the 3 bonuses as Tony's gift to you.
Call 1-800-561-9532. That's 1-800-561-9532. Don't wait, call now.
Inside this building is advanced life-saving cardiac technology and a team of highly trained, caring cardiologists. Inside this building is unmatched cardiovascular prevention, screening, and intervention. Inside this building is compassion and hope. And this building is right here in Stillwater, the new Heart Center at Stillwater Medical Center. Advanced care close to home.
Do you have odors and dampness in your basement and crawl space? An unhealthy home begins with problems in damp, poorly ventilated areas. The conditions down below nurture molds, dust mites, and result in a buildup of gases and pollutants that can cause serious illnesses, like asthma, emphysema, and some cancers. The pollutants work their way up to your living quarters, infecting your entire home. Wave ventilation for moisture control and air quality can solve this problem. The unit's unique technology is designed to replace the damp, stale, polluted air with dry, fresh air and maintain a healthy, comfortable environment all year round. Unlike dehumidifiers, there's no buckets of water or filters, and it costs about $3 a month in electricity. Protect your home and family. Get to the source of the problem with Wave Ventilation. Call now. Make Wave Ventilation your answer to healthy living. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Welcome back to the morning edition. We're joined by our friends Jay, how's that? I mean, Gay.
That's kind of a combo.
Jerry and, yes. Gay Washington and Jerry Franklin, thanks for being here this morning.
Happy to be here.
Gay's been on 1 million times. Well, maybe that's a slight exaggeration.
Maybe 900,000.
500,000, right. Jerry, this your first time?
First time on television.
Awesome.
Have a face for radio.
Yes, I understand, me too. But it's really great to have you guys here. I'm so excited that there are 4 local members of the current Leadership Oklahoma class, which I think says a lot about Stillwater.
Absolutely.
So I think that's great. You guys having a good time so far?
It's wonderful.
It's the
great.
third time the
Yep.
class has been together as a group. Is that
yes,
correct?
yes, third time. Orientation, we had one session in Lawton, and now we have a session in Stillwater. So our third time. It's been fun.
We haven't made you guys get up for PT or do a single push-up yet.
Thank you.
God
But would you
bless
like
you.
us to work that into the schedule at some point?
But
It was
we
a
did
fun
participate
experience.
in Lawton, though. It was great fun. Had to have the full experience.
You know, when I went through, well, I was in class 15, and when I went through, I think I always appreciated the military because my uncle was a career Army, but I never understood it to the extent that I did, and the amount of, golly, respect has just been.
I had no idea that was even in Oklahoma. I always knew about Fort Sill, but I had no idea what they did there as far as the training and so many different aspects in the museum. It was wonderful.
Yes. Very,
It
very
was
bright young
wonderful.
people.
And
In fact,
go ahead.
the leading officers there told us that the Army today is after the same 2% of young people that major universities are after for their programs. So
Wow.
they have very, very intelligent, dedicated young people in the military now.
Well, I think that's really neat. And what's really neat about the Leadership Oklahoma program is you get to talk to a lot of people that normally you just don't
You've
have the
never
opportunity to
seen.
interact with. And I think that's true of every topic that you're going to be learning about over your 10-month process. Okay, you want to talk a little bit about, we're very honored. We actually bid on the ability to host a session. Okay. And so you go through a bid process, and communities are pretty competitive because we all want you in our community. I think it just makes perfect sense that education would be in Stillwater.
Absolutely.
So we're hosting the education and economic development session here. Pretty jam-packed with information, and Gay, this is right up your alley.
It is. We're getting ready to board a bus and go out to Meridian Tech, and we will be listening to a panel from higher ed, career ed, common ed, and hopefully Dr. Breesy will join us this afternoon. And we're also moving from Meridian to Career Tech, which we're honored to have here in Stillwater. We have a little bit of everything here. So we'll also have another panel this afternoon and move into more of the economic development part. We'll hear from
What'd you guys do?
Leaders, that's right. I'm listening to the sirens.
I think it was Jason.
They're coming. And so then that leads us to tomorrow, and we'll really be hearing about the impact and how do we prepare workers for Oklahoma. So it's going to be, it's exciting to hear.
Well, you know, workforce development and economic development are so closely related that I think it makes sense, and obviously very closely related to education. The challenge for us as far as education goes is you cannot possibly fit everything in just a day or day and a half because everything from early ed on through in reincorporating people into the workforce and just so many different things, education on every level, and it's just you just kind of have to pick and choose, don't you?
About 10 good hours.
Yeah,
it's really
exactly.
programming. Yeah.
For any of your audience that got to participate in the Economic Development Summit in Stillwater recently, one of our class members, Deidre Myers, spoke there. She's with the Department of Commerce and had some very, very insightful thoughts on education and workforce.
I have to tell you, that is a very difficult subject in which to speak, you know, with any, you know, it's kind of dry, and she is probably the best I have ever heard. She was great.
And we get to hear her too.
I know. She's on one of the panels during our session.
That's right.
Yeah, that was funny because at the table I was sitting at during the Chamber Summit, somebody goes, "Man, I could listen to her again." I go, "Well, I get to."
Yeah, exactly.
So she's going to be really good. What do you guys think? You know, I know that we're going to go to several different communities on a lot of different topics, and there's just a lot of things you're going to have an experience. Jason and I were talking last night about going into the prison system, and once again, something you just don't really know about. Hopefully.
Yes. And that's
a couple of us in the room might, but yeah.
And that's coming very quick. In about 3 weeks.
You want to kind of share some of the communities you're going to?
I could mention a couple. We mentioned the Lawton Fort Sill experience and the military issues, which was terrific. We're going to go to McAllister in November to learn something about the criminal justice system, and I hear that's a wonderful experience. Down the road, we have Health and Human Services in Tulsa. Here's one that I'm really interested in. It's tribal government and water issues. It's going to be in Tahlequah in March.
Awesome.
So that's another area that most people never really have any experience with. In April, we go to Guyman for agriculture and immigration issues, and we get to tour the Seaboard Farms facility, which I hear is just about as unique as it could possibly be.
You might want to bring a pair of shoes you never want to wear again.
I hear that's advice we're getting from everyone who's been there before.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it is a really cool experience.
And then we wrap up and graduate in May in Broken Bow, and the session there is on tourism, which a lot of people underestimate the impact tourism has on the state economy. So we're looking forward to those.
Oh, a man after my own heart. That was a great comment.
Thank you.
Actually, my very best friend from Leadership Oklahoma, Michelle Fitchwalker, is in Broken Bow. She'll be with you guys the whole time. She's one of the 3 owners of Girls Gone Wine.
Oh,
extremely successful winery.
Why don't you just go with us?
Well,
just pack a bag and go with us.
I was asked perhaps to participate on that session, so maybe I will be there. That's right.
You should.
Anything you guys
Exciting
want to
agenda.
throw out there before we go to commercial and get your other counterparts on?
You know, I would just say that my experience with Leadership Oklahoma has been pretty limited so far. We're only in our 3rd session, but for anyone who has any interest in trying to learn something about the state of Oklahoma, get outside your own box, so to speak, and try to figure out how issues in the state impact you locally and how what you do locally might impact the state. I would highly encourage people to consider the Leadership Oklahoma program.
Wow, well said, Jerry.
great.
Well done. Okay,
you know, I'm just so honored to have all of these folks join us here in Stillwater because the places that we've been so far, everyone's learning something, and when you can take pride in your own community and have them come here, you know, you think about people usually come here either for Oklahoma State or they're coming here for career tech, but they're going to get to see a wider view of Stillwater. So I'm very thankful they're here to see us.
Awesome.
You guys have a tough act to follow here, trust me.
Yes, they do.
We pulled it off. So.
We are going to go to commercial break. We're going to switch out. We're going to get the other 2 members of Class 27 from Leadership Oklahoma on the show with us. They're already giving each other a bad time. We'll be back right after this.
Wilson Chevrolet, Stillwater.
Teresa inviting you to come see why the Silverado beats the competition. Chevy built the all-new 2014 Silverado to take on all. Better in every way from hood to hitch. Every new Silverado includes scheduled maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles, a 3-year 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, and a 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Chevy Silverado, strong for the roads ahead. Find new roads.
Wilson Chevrolet, Stillwater.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be entitled to disability benefits through Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right if you suffer from a physical or mental disability. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, and deal with Social Security for you. And best of all, there's no fee until you receive benefits.
Are you a sports fan looking for exclusive information on the Pioneers and the Cowboys? Well, you need to check out TV 3101 each weekday from 1 to 3 on TV 31 and simulcast on Team Radio's Triple Play of networks. Each week, I'm joined by the names most associated with athletics, such as Tom Dorado on Mondays, Steve Daniels on Tuesdays, Coach Bill Landon on Wednesdays, and Larry Reese on Thursdays. Different personalities each day, but the same commitment to having fun and entertaining sports talk. TV 3101. Catch it weekdays 1 to 3 on TV 31 and simulcast on Team Radio.
My advisor always.
Welcome back to the morning edition, the Justin Jason Hour. No, I'm kidding. We just gave him a complex, I think. Jason Kirksey, thanks for being here. Your first time also on TV?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. And then Jim, you've been here several times. Jim Scott, Director of Parks and Recreation Department's been here a whole bunch of times. But you know, we didn't actually mention that. Gay Washington is Assistant Superintendent of Stillwater Public Schools. Jerry Franklin, President of Bank First. And I already kind of said Jim Scott, Director of Parks and Recreation. Jason, your title is extremely long.
Associate Vice President for Institutional Diversity.
Perfect, thank you. I knew it was a good one. Well, I have to tell you, your counterparts did a great job. The first segment really kind of talking about the program in general. I know, Jason, you're participating on a session during the program this afternoon, isn't it?
Yes.
And I think to me it's a very interesting topic and one that we really haven't yet done to that extent. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, the panel is diversity and economic development
in the state of Oklahoma, and I think it's one that is certainly very timely and will elicit some good conversations. It's certainly a topic that's very important to not only the state of Oklahoma, but also nationally.
Well, I like what you said about conversations. Leadership Oklahoma is really big on conversations, allowing for as much Q&A and interaction between the panel members and the class members. And so you guys all kind of give an overview on what it is you do, but it really does give it's a neat atmosphere to feel comfortable asking questions one-on-one with individuals you might not actually get the chance to do that with very often.
Yes, and this class, as Jerry and Gay mentioned, we've only been together 3 sessions, but it's clearly a very diverse class, not only in terms of where we're from in the state, which often impacts our views on particular issues, but also,
that's a good point.
You know, just what we all do, and certainly that impacts, you know, our perceptions of issues and how things are impacted, and so it's something that I'm really looking forward to. I think it'll be a very enjoyable experience.
You made a really good point about perceptions about different topics, because I think throughout this process a lot of people's eyes are opened big time on a lot of different issues. Now, Jim, you've actually mentioned, I've heard you talk to several people about Leadership Oklahoma and what in a short period of time it's already meant to you.
It has, and I've enjoyed getting to meet the folks. I mean, it's a great group of people from every area of it. It's just, and I feel like we've come together as friends in a group really fast. I mean, I've been around a lot of groups, but this group really, I think, melded quick. Fort Sill really
That'll do it in a hurry, won't it?
Yeah, Fort Sill really meant a lot to me, and I didn't think it would. I mean, I heard stories, you told me stories, some of the other folks from Stillwater, and you get there and it's your own. You make everything your own, but that was a pretty cool trip. So it's kind of changing now. We're not. One of the first things I heard yesterday was we don't have dots on our name tags today.
You don't know what that means yet, do you?
No, we're used to having the dots and doing the groups and doing all that
Gotcha.
stuff. But you know, it kind of changes this trip. It's a little different this weekend than what it has been. So. I'm excited about today, and I think everyone else is too. Everyone was pretty impressed with last night.
Oh, good.
And you know, Stan and his guys went all out last night.
They did.
To host us at Mexico Joe's. So I think they're really excited about what today's bringing.
Well, good. Now, Jerry mentioned that he was really looking forward to learning some information in Tahlequah. Is that where it is? And I'm kind of putting you guys on the spot, but what are some of the sessions that you're really looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to McAllister. Just from what I've heard other people say, and I think that's going to be a trip. And then I've also heard that Guyman was a good trip too.
My class didn't actually get to go to Guyman. We did some other things. So, you know, from class to class, it does change a little bit. And really it has to change because the topics and the issues that are important to our state tend to change. Jason, what are you looking forward to?
Broken Bow. I've never been to that part of the state, and everybody, certainly the people in the class, have talked about how beautiful that part of the state is, and grown up in Colorado and seeing the mountains every day, and didn't know that there was something like that existed in Oklahoma. So I'm excited to see that and look forward to that experience, and then going to Tahlequah and talking about Native American issues and water rights.
It's very, very interesting. There's no doubt about it. We represent more tribes than any other state in the country, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. And I enjoy just learning more about the different tribes that were there too, because the differences and the similarities and what they do together, and then it was amazing to me. Now, do you guys have any words of wisdom that you want to share with anybody before we go?
Well, the one thing too is, and I think we're fortunate in Stillwater because they allowed us to be part of the planning committee, and I don't think that happens anywhere else.
Oh, they don't?
From talking to everybody else, you're on the planning committee?
Well, we wanted you guys to get to show off to your class.
I didn't realize how much work these took, and I have to say, Christy, and I know the hours you spent trying to get everything ready and making sure everything worked, and then there's a lot of people on the committee too that spent a lot of time, so I don't know that, we send thank yous and all that, but I don't know that you could ever thank people enough for the experience that we get, because it's amazing. And like Jerry said, if you just want to add to some knowledge you have, or get out there and learn some other things that you're not going to get being in Stillwater, this is cool. This is a great event or a great session, and you need to apply and do it, because it's I don't think you'll learn much more anywhere else. So, but thank you for all you did, because I know you spent a lot of time and effort to get us all our little goodies and
well,
and make all the sessions work. And it's tough coordinating everything. So we really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and well said about applying for Leadership Oklahoma. Anything you'd like to end with?
Oh, I think I would really echo the things that Jim has said, and Jerry and Gay. It's been a wonderful opportunity, and certainly for me as a political scientist, it gives me an opportunity to really learn more about some of the important issues that occur in the state that I really wasn't aware of before I started this process. And so again, I'm very excited to continue to visit the local communities and find out the variety of issues that impact the communities, and again, more broadly impact the state of Oklahoma.
Great. Man, you guys are good. Stillwater is so well represented in this class. Give a little wave to your buddies that are back at the hotel. We're going to come by, going to pick them up here in about 35 minutes, going to head out and start learning some more stuff.
I bet they're
Thanks for being here.
Still getting
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Who are we kidding? They're still in bed. We're going to go to commercial break, come back, wrap things up with Kevin, look at the extended forecast. Thanks so much to my friends with Leadership Oklahoma for being here. We'll be back right after this.
Making the world a better place is an intricate puzzle. And piece by piece, the women and men of Rotary have worked hard to fight hunger, promote literacy, and move the world toward peace. But there is still much to be done, still some missing pieces. And one of those missing pieces is you. Learn how you can help Rotary put together a better world at Rotary.org. Rotary, humanity in motion.
Want whiter teeth in 5 minutes? Then you want Power Swabs. Coffee, tea, or smoking stains start to fade in just 5 minutes. Power Swabs lift stains off your teeth for true whitening. They're clinically proven to whiten your teeth on average 2 shades in 5 minutes. After 7 days, your teeth will be an average 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs even work on caps, crowns, veneers, and bonding, so all your teeth will be movie star white. Order now to try Power Swabs risk-free. Satisfaction is guaranteed, but you won't find this offer in any store, so order now. Try Power Swabs risk-free now.
Murphy's is proud to introduce this new trendy gadget from our Australian friend Alex of Dream Farm. These are chobs. Clip on both sides of cutting board, creating a non-slip cutting surface, which is now raised from the countertop. Chop meat on one side, then flip the board to utilize the other side of the cutting surface with no contact to your countertop. Chop vegetables on the other side. The counter stays clean. Chobs, a tool to chop on both sides. Dream Farm, exclusively at Murphy's for all life's events in beautiful, historic downtown Stillwater.
It's time to get your space back. Your garage, your shop, your attic. The question is always, what am I going to do with all the stuff I want out of the way? The answer is A&D Storage. A&D Storage has small units, large units, environmentally controlled units, even outdoor units. So whether you're storing a boat or trailer in the outdoor units, a high-dollar painting in the environmentally controlled units, or anything else, they have every option you're going to need. So call A&D Storage at 533-7867 or go to andstorage.net for all the information you need to take care of your storage needs. Are you wanting to try country living without buying a home? How about leasing one of these places from Hicks Properties? These homes are spacious, they feature big yards, and they are quiet. And with over 1,700 square feet per unit, you have room to spread out and let the family have room to grow. And the yards are large enough to let the kids out to enjoy the outdoors. And best of all, you're in the country. For more information, call Hicks Properties at 743-4641. That's 743-4641.
Be sure to join TV 31 for our local programming.
Here's what you'll find tonight on TV 31.
Welcome back. We're here on the Morning Edition. Kevin and I are closing out the show. We could talk about them.